Hey everyone! Welcome back to your favorite pirate crew! Today we're going to talk about Garp revealing to Luffy the origin of the D clan. If you'd like to see more about One Piece on our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew! But pirates, before we continue with the video, I ask that you already subscribe to our channel. That way you can join our pirate crew, earn a devil fruit, or master your favorite hockey. It would also help our crew out, or at least this division of it, if you left that like. Thumbs up in today's video so that we together can become Yonkos. Anyway, enough with the boohoo and all the who's and my whats. Now let's continue with the video. Certainly, when we mention One Piece's greatest mysteries, we cannot help but remember the existence of the D clan, a group of characters who are connected, but might not be connected by blood. Very little is still known about these people. How they are connected, what it might mean, and how it affects the world government. Some fervent theories on the internet indicate various things, but it may be possible that in the near future we will end up discovering the truth through one of the D. Someone like Garp, who was present during much of history, being alive to tell the legends and myths he knew in his time. Let's talk about the possibility of what the D might be, and how Garp might reveal this to Luffy, now that he's awakened his Gear 5. One of One Piece's biggest mysteries in the meaning of the letter D, which appears in the names of many important characters, such as protagonist Monkey D. Luffy. Given the series' love of history and mystery, One Piece fans are particularly prone to come up with compelling theories about the story's secrets, and this is no exception. Especially since it has been teased that the D is connected to the secret history of the world that holds the key to most of the manga's mysteries. In One Piece lore, the will of D is something that connects characters who have that initial embedded in their name, whether they are blood relatives or not. This will can be inherited through the ages, and apparently represents opposition to those who rule the world, the Heavenly Dragons. Kureha was the first to mention the Will of D, when she revealed that the late King of Pirates' real name was Gold D. Roger. The Will of D was also mentioned by Nico Robin 3 times. The first being when she rescued Luffy from the quicksand during the Alabasta arc. She asked Luffy about the meaning of the D, and why those with a name fight, but he had no idea. This implies that the D is passed down from generation to generation. So far, it seems that all the characters with the D may indeed be related to each other, if not by blood, at least by fate. An example of the hereditary nature of D can be seen in the Monkey family, consisting of Monkey D. Luffy, his biological father Monkey D. Dragon, and his grandfather Monkey D. Garp. This, however, does not necessarily imply that all D carriers are closely related. Some of the D carriers had children together, as seen with Portuguese D. Rogue and Gold D. Roger, and some of the D carriers are giants. Later, it was noted by Whitebeard during the Battle of Marine 4 that killing someone with a D would not extinguish the flames of their will, because someone would eventually inherit it and will continue Roger's wish. Later, Trafalgar Law wondered aloud that D's would almost certainly summon a storm again. It's still unclear exactly what he meant, but it suggests that Silver's Rayleigh had a clear purpose for wanting to find Monkey D. Luffy on Amazon Lily. In the post-war arc, one of the 5 elders stated that D means danger. When Don Quixote Rocinante learned that Law is a D, he revealed to Law that those with the initial in their name are from D's predestined family. Rocinante explained to Law that the D was secretly inherited all over the world and throughout history, and that in a certain land, the family of D was referred to as God's natural enemy. According to Rocinante, the D's are considered the natural enemy of the Heavenly Dragons, as the Heavenly Dragons are considered gods. After visiting Laugh Tale, Kazuki Oden mentioned that he and Roger's pirates learned the meaning of the name D. After that, Roger noted that the world government is hiding his real name, Gold D. Roger. But considering everything he and his crewmates learned in Laugh Tale, he understands the reason for this conspiracy. When news of Kaido and Big Mom's defeat spread around the world, the 5 elders ordered the removal of the D in Monkey D. Luffy's name on his bounty poster, but failed. apparently due to a miscommunication. Among the many theories that fans have concocted about D's will, one is particularly interesting because it connects it to another less conspicuous mystery in the series: the constant presence of sun and moon related symbolism. The will of D was mentioned a few times in the manga, most importantly when Nico Robin tried to ask Silver's Rayleigh, the former second-in-command to the Pirate King, Goldie Roger, about the meaning of D's will, bringing up the lost century at the same time, thus suggesting a connection between the two. It is also known that Rocinante believes that the D are therefore their enemies. It is true that the D appears in the names of troublesome individuals who are often enemies of the world government. Most notably, in a flashback revealing Roger's past, the Pirate King mentions that the government was calling him Gold Roger to hide his real name. Roger's pirates learned the meaning of D when they reached the final island, Laugh-Tale, and found Joy Boy's treasure, suggesting once again that the meaning of D is tied to the history of the world. Other notable bearers of the will of D are Monkey D. Dragon, Luffy's father, and the most wanted man in the world, Marshall D. Teach, aka Blackbeard, a dangerous pirate determined to disrupt the world order, and Rox D. Zebek, a pirate who directly attacked the heavenly dragons to usurp their power. The most prominent theory about D's will begins by proposing that the letter D should be interpreted in a different way. It's not the initial of a middle name, a practice not usually observed in Japanese names, but rather a suffix to the surname Monkey D. This fact becomes important since Ichiro Oda always uses the Western letter D. This is significant because even characters in One Piece who have Western names, such as Marshall Teach, Blackbeard, have their names written in katakana. Combined, these facts suggest that the value of D is not in what it represents, but in what it already is, specifically its form. The character, Radical 74, is one of the 34 kanji radicals that look a lot like Western D, especially in its earlier versions. The character is usually used in One Piece as part of the names of two important families in Wano, the Kazuki and Shimotsuki clans. The first was the family of shoguns, including the legendary hero Kazuki Oden, who traveled on Gold D. Roger's ship. And the second was a daimyo family that has surprising connections to Zoro and Luffy. No member of the D family have yet appeared in Wano, but both the Kazuki and Shimotsuki have openly opposed the world government in many cases, suggesting that they may fulfill a similar role. This is notable because the Reticle 74 kanji is also called Reticle Moon, and may actually mean moon, leading fans to speculate that the choice of D is meant to visually denote a half moon. Some seemingly random references and coincidences in the manga suggest that this is a relevant connection. For example, when the will of D is first mentioned, chapter 154, the panel immediately following features the moon prominently. When a fan asked Oda to draw all the Shichibukai as children, he depicted a young Blackbeard sobbing to the moon. Finally, fans have speculated about various potential links between the families that overthrew the Old Kingdom and became the world nobles / heavenly dragons, and the sun imagery. Nefertari is a name that refers to an ancient queen of Egypt, perhaps invoking the sun god Ra, and there is a famous artwork by Pablo Picasso entitled Don Quixote that highlights the sun. These particular sun connections might be considered a bit too forced, but the sun/moon symbolism is definitely a real thing in One Piece. The sun god Nika is a mysterious figure worshipped by slaves in ancient times, possibly connected to Joy Boy and the island of Laugh-Tale. Similarly, the Lunarians are a powerful race that were once worshipped as gods and are considered enemies by the world government, which actively hunts them. Luna means moon in Latin, and the Lunarians have very similar traits to the inhabitants of Skypia, who actually come from the moon. It's possible that not only this more general explanation connected with mythologies, but also something within the story will be presented. Just as Roger and the others found out about the origin, it's possible that in the future the Mugiwaras will also find out. Considering that the heirs of the will of D are enemies of the world government, it would make sense for us to tie in the sun and moon from all the events we have always seen. Also, it could be possible that Roger at least vaguely told Garp the truth, while they were still talking before his deathbed. Just as he talked about Ace, he could have told him about it, hoping that in the future Joy Boy might know the whole truth too. The characters like Rayleigh could have also told Luffy. However, it would be quite interesting to see someone from the outside talk about it. The idea that the use of D connects a group of seemingly desperate characters to one family, establishing a dispersed moon clan inherently opposed to the sun-themed celestial dragons, is one that would have huge implications for the story and future of One Piece. Though, like all theories about this epic saga, we'll only know about it when Oda finally sets out to explain it to us. But tell me, do you believe this D theory? Is there another possible explanation? Leave your opinion in the comments. We'd love to hear it. That's it, Mr. Straw Hat Pirate. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any suggestions for a future video, don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading them all as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your pirate crew!